Alright, folks, we need to talk. My last video, yeah, the one where I used my knife on a ferro rod, apparently that ruffled some feathers. And when I say some, I mean a lot. The comment section turned into a battlefield. Some people were ready to banish me from the bushcraft world, while others were just clutching their survival pearls in horror. So, first off, I hear you. And second, I'm sorry, but not in the way you think. I'm not sorry for showing you the technique. I'm sorry if it caused anyone to spill their coffee while angrily typing in all caps. But honestly, this whole debate was amazing. It sparked a real discussion about knives, survival techniques, and the best ways to use our gear. And that is what I love about this community. We don't just follow rules blindly. We test, we challenge, and we figure out what actually works. The knife versus ferro rod debate. So let's settle this. Can you use your knife on a ferro rod? Should you? And most importantly, will it really ruin your blade? The short answer? It depends. The long answer? Let's break it down. First, let's talk about the reasoning behind the outrage. Many people believe that striking a ferro rod with the edge of your knife dulls the blade or even causes chipping. And honestly, if you're using your sharpened cutting edge for this, then yeah, you're asking for trouble. But here's the kicker. I wasn't using the edge. What I did, and what I always recommend, is using the spine of the knife, especially if it has a 90-degree edge. This is actually one of the best ways to get strong, consistent sparks without sacrificing the integrity of your blade. Some knives even come with dedicated ferro rod strikers built into the spine for this exact purpose. So why do I use my knife for this instead of a separate striker? Simple. Efficiency and versatility. In a survival situation, every tool you carry should have multiple functions. A good bushcraft knife isn't just for cutting, it's a fire starter, a carving tool, and sometimes even a hammer. And let's be real, if your knife is so fragile that using its spine on a ferro rod destroys it, then maybe it's not the right tool for survival situations. A high-quality, properly heat-treated knife can handle this without a problem. Now, let's dive deeper into the science behind why this works, or why it might fail. Ferro rods are made of a combination of metals, including iron, cerium, and magnesium. When scraped with a hard surface, they generate an intense shower of sparks that can ignite dry tinder instantly. The key to a good spark is friction and pressure, which is why a sharp 90-degree spine on your knife works so well. However, not all knives are created equal. If you're using a soft stainless steel knife, it might not create as many sparks because the spine lacks the hardness to properly shave off bits of the ferro rod. On the other hand, if your knife is made from high-carbon steel, you'll get a much better reaction. Here's a simple rule. The harder the steel, the better the spark. Some great knives for this method include Mora Garberg, one of the best bushcraft knives with a 90-degree spine. ESE4, tough, high-carbon steel that throws sparks like a champ. Condor Bushlore, traditional design but highly effective. Testing the damage. Does it really ruin your knife? Alright, so let's talk about what happens to the knife after repeated use with a ferro rod. To put this to the test, I took 3 different knives. 1. A budget stainless steel knife. 2. A mid-range high-carbon steel knife. 3. A premium bushcraft knife with a properly ground spine. I struck each knife against a ferro rod 100 times, then inspected the damage. Here's what happened. The budget stainless steel knife could barely generate sparks, and the spine became noticeably smoother, meaning it lost effectiveness quickly. The mid-range high-carbon steel knife produced excellent sparks and showed minimal wear. The premium bushcraft knife worked flawlessly, and after 100 strikes, the spine still had a crisp 90-degree edge. The takeaway? If your knife is high quality, this method won't hurt it. If it's cheap, it'll wear out faster, ***. Now, let's imagine a real survival scenario. You're out in the woods, it's cold, it's damp, and you need fire, fast. Your lighter is dead, your matches got wet, and your only option is a ferro rod. You reach into your pack and realize, oh no, you forgot your striker. In that moment, do you really want to sit there arguing about whether or not you should use your knife? Or do you want to get a fire going before hypothermia sets in? This is why being adaptable matters. I once found myself in a situation where I was camping in the mountains, and an unexpected rainstorm hit. Everything was soaked. The only way I could get a fire going was by scraping fine shavings off dry inner wood and using my ferro rod. Guess what? I used my knife spine, and within minutes, I had a warm fire burning. So why do people freak out about this so much? Honestly, it's because the internet loves absolutes. People here never use your knife on a ferro rod and take it as gospel without testing it themselves. But bushcraft and survival aren't about rules set in stone. They're about understanding your tools and making smart decisions in the field. Let's put this debate to rest. Can you use your knife on a ferro rod? Yes, if you use the spine. Will it ruin your blade? No, if you have a well-made knife. Should you always carry a dedicated striker? Maybe, but it's not a necessity. At the end of the day, survival is about adaptability. Your knife is a tool, and tools are meant to be used. So, if you've got a 90-degree spine and a ferro rod, don't be afraid to try this method. It's effective, efficient, and most importantly, it works when you need it. And for those still clutching their pearls, don't be a baby about it.